And Amy, you're not the only ones with notes. I have notes here too. I didn't give any slides to Chris, just that one, and I got notes on my phone. So thank you all for having me here today. Molly, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Like she said, my name is Jessica. I am a mom of two adorable, crazy little boys up there, and my handsome hubby's up there too. I am a graphic designer by trade, and I have been a Shaklee customer for about 8 years now. I was first introduced to the company when I was working as a health coach at a fitness studio up in New Jersey. I didn't think about doing the business until I met Gilda and Michelle in a spin class last year, and I heard them talking about going to Shaklee conference, and I was kind of on the other side of the room, and I was like, you take Shaklee, I take Shaklee. And I had never heard of anyone down here doing it, so I kind of put that in my back pocket, thought about it, and then when my dear friend Phoebe signed on as a director, I decided to reach out to her and kind of just wanted to know her story. So we met on the beach, and we got smoothies, and we gazed at the ocean, and we talked about what Shaklee could do for our life. And at that point, I was very brand loyal. I knew I would be taking Shaklee for the rest of my life, but I didn't really know what it could do for me or my family. So at that point, which was about a year ago from now, I was coming off the cusp of a very sick time in mine and my family's life. My oldest son started preschool and brought every germ possible home to his little brother, and then to his father, and then right to me, and for some reason I got it the worst out of everyone. Last January I was in the ER twice, once for a stomach virus, once for an asthma attack that I haven't had since I was a little girl. So I knew there was something a little bit off. So I talked to my girls and got myself on some Shaklee immune boosters, and I am happy to say I have not been sick since last January. Nothing but a little bit of sniffles, and even still that goes away within 24 hours of taking Shaklee. So I knew at this point, when I was talking to Phoebe, my immunity was up, my kids were healthy, which is huge, but my design business was up and down. It's kind of the nature of being a freelancer. You have good months, you have bad months. And I knew that I wanted to keep and be able to cover my monthly supplementation because I have never felt better in my life, and I said, well, this is not going away, I need to find a way to pay for this. So that's kind of where I was and why I decided to buy gold back and start becoming a distributor. A couple months after that, I got my first check that covered my son's preschool, and this is a game changer for me, an absolute game changer. We had been struggling to make ends meet, like I know a lot of people are, and one of the first things that was going to have to go was pulling my son out of a school that he really enjoyed, and the month actually that we decided we might have to do that, I got my first Shaklee bonus check, and it was like $10 more than it cost.
Wow.
Amazing. Really so, you know, I really found faith in the compensation plan at that point. And then Phoebe and I again were sitting by my pool. We always meet by like beautiful bodies of water for some reason. And we were planning a Shaklee cleanse, and she was talking about getting me to a director. And 2,000 PV at that point sounded crazy. I kind of said like, okay, sure, whatever. But I was covering my son's preschool, I was covering my supplements, I was happy at where I was. But the more that I shared Shaklee and the more health changes that I saw, something really clicked, and I could not believe that I was helping people get healthier and being able to health coach again in this realm of Shaklee and making money. So after a year being in business, January, I reached director. So even though I laughed at Phoebe, and I am not looking back. I see so much potential in Shaklee I want to share with everybody. So for the stay-at-home moms out there, the ones that Eva talked about that want to do things, make time for their kids, you can do this. For the business owners who have months that are really great and months that are not so great, this is something for you too. And I will admit, I was scared. I was not sure about joining in MLM. I definitely was not confident in selling anything at all, but I was passionate and I did want to share my story, and really that it's as simple as that. And I'm going to end on one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Shaklee. The best way to predict your future is to create it. And that's what we're really talking about today, is you being in charge, and like Eva said, decide. It's going to make a huge difference in your life. So thank you so much.